Throughout the millions of years of human history, hunting has been an integral part of the survival of many communities. To this day, this activity is still carried out for various purposes, including the protection of agricultural land. A typical example is the wild boar hunting of farmers in Sumatra, Indonesia. This has been a part of the tradition for centuries of people in this area. So, today, let's explore with us how Sumatran farmers hunt wild boars. For generations, people in Indonesia's West Sumatra province have hunted wild boar, an animal that often invades their farmland. Not with guns or other weapons, but with the hunting instincts of dogs that have been trained from a young age. So, what damage do wild boars cause to agriculture in Sumatra? Foraging wild boars can cause widespread damage in terraced landscapes, destroying crops, disturbing soil, and polluting water sources with their waste. Worse still, uncontrolled damage to terraces and irrigation channels can cause erosion and divert irrigation flows, threatening collective water management for entire local communities. As a result, indigenous Sumatran people have long used a form of pig management through mass hunts, involving hundreds of people and well-trained hunting dogs. Although the majority of Sumatrans are Muslims, and both dogs and pigs are considered unclean by their religion, pig hunting and dog keeping for agricultural protection purposes are accepted. Muslim farmers consider pig hunting necessary to protect the productivity of their rice terraces and sustain the economies of rural communities that rely on agriculture. Overall, dog hunting of wild boars has become an important aspect of rural culture in Sumatra. Not just any Indonesian farmer is allowed to hunt wild boar. They need to have a hunting license and a hunter's certificate. If qualified, they are not only allowed to hunt wild boar in Sumatra, but can also be hired to hunt in other Indonesian provinces. There are reportedly more than 4,000 West Sumatran hunters registered with the Wild Boar Hunting Association, more than any other province in Indonesia. In West Sumatra, before the hunts begin, an organization will look at areas with large populations of wild boars to determine where to hunt. Usually, the hunts will be held on Sunday mornings, and hunters often have to travel quite a distance to attend. You can see many dogs of different breeds following their owners. Even one hunter can carry many hunting dogs by transporting them in cars or small trucks. Hounds are trained from a young age, so when released into the forest, they immediately sniff out the location of wild boars and begin a search for prey. Although smaller in size than wild boars, hounds have the advantage in numbers and ferocity. If they detect wild boars, they will chase and bark loudly to alert other hounds. In each attack, you can see dozens of hounds surrounding and attacking a wild boar. Many of you may find this scene cruel, as the wild boars cannot fight back. However, given the damage that wild boars cause to local agriculture, hunting them is the most effective method of control, although there are many opinions against this method. In recent years, pig hunting has been criticized for its cruelty, with a pack of dogs attacking a wild boar. Hunters and farmers in Sumatra say the hunt is necessary to protect crops and livelihoods in rural communities, but animal rights activists say alternative control methods should be used. In response to concerns about cruelty, the Indonesian government has enacted regulations to ensure animal welfare standards. Hunters must obtain permits, follow specific practice guidelines, and are not allowed to enter wildlife sanctuaries. Due to religious reasons, farmers and hunters in Sumatra do not eat wild boar meat after hunting. They usually sell it to local markets to provide food for non-Muslims. Some non-Muslim Indonesians often consume pork as wild game meat, even claiming that it tastes better than domestic pork. The wild boar population in Indonesia has declined rapidly in recent years due to excessive hunting activities. Therefore, provincial authorities need to take appropriate measures to protect the wild boar population at the most stable level. This animal is also the natural prey of many rare animals, typically the Sumatran tiger. If the wild boar population declines, it will also seriously affect this tiger species. The power of wooden bows and arrows has amazed us all when it can take down a full-grown wild boar. The seemingly fragile primitive arrows penetrated the thick fur of the animal and killed it. How can people take down a huge wild boar with only wooden bows and arrows? Let's find out in this video. Early in the morning, when the sun rises, the Hadza men bring their primitive weapons to hunt wild boar. They are dressed simply in t-shirts and shorts. The most impressive thing is the animal skins and trophies from previous successful hunts covering their bodies. Dogs run alongside them. Everyone and animals look around attentively, trying to detect the slightest movement in the bushes. The men tried to find the traces of the wild boar by following the footprints and the dung they left along the way. Suddenly, the barking of dogs and the frantic screams of some animal were heard. The men quickly ran to pull the bowstring and shot an arrow. It was a mature wild boar, providing enough meat for the whole tribe. Today's hunt could end with a very large wild boar as the trophy. It may seem like this scene could not exist in the modern world, because such a life existed millennia ago. However, this is the daily life of the Hadza people, who have lived on this land as hunters, gatherers, and nomads for millions of years. To this day, more than 400 Hadza still live this way. The Hadza people live in northern Tanzania, near Lake Eyasi. They are isolated from the rest of the world and have preserved their hunter-gatherer lifestyle and culture. Today, the Hadza population is estimated to be between 1,200 and 1,300, living in groups of 20 to 30 people. During their nomadic times, they can gather in larger communities of 100 to 150 people. Because of their nomadic lifestyle, the Hadza community has no permanent homes. They live in huts built from tree branches and covered with dry grass. During the rainy season, they take shelter in caves for safety. The Hadza's main source of food is hunting and gathering. They eat wild game, tubers, fruits, and honey. However, the diet also changes with the seasons. During the dry season, when animals gather near the lake area, allowing hunters to hunt more meat. Large prey are usually wild boar, antelope, and baboons. Hadza men hunt with homemade bows and arrows. The bowstring is made from animal tendons, the shaft is made of wood, and the arrowhead is sharpened from stone. Today, most of the arrowheads used by the Hadza are made of iron, which is durable and has high lethality, making it easy to take down a large wild boar. While the men hunt, Hadza women are foragers. Every day, they are busy collecting tubers or roots, picking berries and birds' eggs. They can travel great distances in search of food. Hadza hunters hunt every day. They process and consume the prey on the spot. Most of the meat is divided among the hunters. The rest is shared with the tribe. The Hadza do not preserve the meat, they just hunt the prey and consume it within a day. Even prey weighing tens of kilograms is separated and processed. The Hadza people's way of preparing food is also very simple, just by boiling or boiling water. Wild boar meat is cut into bite-sized pieces and then cooked in primitive pots. Once the meat is cooked, it will be distributed to each person as food for the day. The Hadza hunters do not always catch large prey, as the surrounding herding tribes are increasingly moving into the area in large numbers, creating competition with wildlife, which has led to large numbers of wild animals leaving, making hunting increasingly difficult. As a result, many Hadza have turned to more modernized livestock farming methods. However, the Hadza people are particularly hospitable. Researchers or explorers to the Hadza tribe are welcome. It is even considered a great experience for adventure lovers. In general, the life of the community is very simple, revolving around hunting and gathering. Of course, the Hadza people do not need valuable things like gold, silver, or money, because it is not necessary for their daily life. We have just discovered the life of the most primitive Hadza tribe in the world. How do you feel? Leave your comments below to let us know. In many parts of the world, bears are strictly protected and hunting is prohibited, but in Alaska, they are one of the animals hunted every year. There are hundreds of hunters in Alaska who go on bear hunting trips every year, with weapons such as guns, bows and arrows, etc. So why do Alaskan farmers hunt bears? Let's find out now.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Oh my god! Such a big bear.
Alaska's vast wilderness provides ideal habitat for both black and grizzly bears, making it a top destination for bear hunters. Not only professional hunters, but also farmers participate in hunting trips to control their damage to bee farms. Alaska has the largest number of bears in the United States, with more than 100,000 bears. This area has a climate suitable for the development and growth of bears, and is also one of the areas where bear hunting is allowed. Alaskan farmers often organize annual bear hunts, especially during honey harvest times. This activity is aimed at preventing damage caused by bears to beekeeping farms. Bear hunting is one of the most exciting hunting activities, as bears are one of the most dangerous prey for farmers and hunters. Therefore, preparations before the hunt are very necessary.
We didn't get it done on a moose, but we got it done on a giant brown. Smoked them. Wow. Quack, 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 ah, 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 ah.
Alaskan bear hunting can be physically demanding, often requiring hunters to travel through dense forests, mountainous areas, and along remote riverbanks. Even each bear hunting trip can last from 7 days to 1 week, so hunters also need basic survival skills to operate in the wild. The basic requirements for bear hunting are the need for an appropriate license and compliance with strict regulations, including specific hunting seasons and limits on the number of bears hunted. If you do not comply with hunting regulations or do not have a license, hunters can face very heavy fines. Depending on the severity of the violation, hunters can be fined from $500 to $5,000, so hunters and farmers need to follow correct bear hunting procedures.
Just dialed up. No, he's not that. Not even done that. Let's see how sharp this thing is.
Unlike hunting other animals, bear hunting is very dangerous. Everyone needs to be equipped with a full-sized rifle, appropriate outdoor clothing, and pepper spray as essentials. In addition, it is necessary to consider unusual weather cases and encounters with other animals to prepare additional appropriate items. During a hunting trip, the process of tracking and searching for bears is also very important. In some areas, hunters use bait stations to attract bears. Once the bear's active location has been determined, hunters need to find a hiding place to wait for the bear to appear. This can take several hours or even several days.
His shoulders covered in blood. Yeah. We decided to head
In
south
addition
a little
to
ways
using
from camp.
hunting guns, hunters and farmers also use bows and arrows to hunt bears. Many hunters believe that hunting deer with a bow and arrow is more difficult to take down a bear than using a gun, and is even more dangerous, because bow hunters need to keep a closer distance than when using a gun. If the bear is injured, it may become angry and attack the hunter, putting them in danger. Therefore, hunters who use bows need to have experience hunting bears to ensure safety. You should aim and shoot accurately at the bear's lungs to defeat them quickly and humanely. Do you know how hunters will handle them after hunting bears? They will be processed and consumed as an exotic meat, similar to other wild meats. Once the bear has been taken down, the hunter must quickly carve the animal to preserve the meat and skin. Bear meat is cleaned, packaged, and refrigerated to keep it fresh, while the bear skin is tanned to make carpets or household items. So, what damage has the bear population caused to bear farmers? Every day, a bear can seriously damage 3 to 5 beekeeping farms, causing huge losses. You know, bears love to eat honey and they invade beekeeping farms in search of food. In the process, they destroy beekeeping boxes and steal all the honey, causing heavy economic losses. Even though barbed wire fences or electric fences are used, it is still difficult to prevent bear attacks. Therefore, an effective measure is to hunt bears to control them. migratory birds, fruit bats also make challenging trips each year in search of warm climates and abundant food sources. But is this journey as simple as it seems? Let's explore the huge migration of these Draculas in the animal world. Will they find a safe haven, or will they face threats from humans? Discover these interesting secrets in today's video. Fruit bats, belonging to the family Pteropodidae, are widely distributed throughout the tropical and subtropical regions of Australia, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. With their powerful jaws and excellent sense of smell, they easily find the most delicious ripe fruits. Known as the largest bat species in the world, with a wingspan of up to 1.7 meters and a weight of up to 1.45 kilograms, they are truly Draculas in real life. Not only do they play a vital role in dispersing seeds and pollen, helping to maintain ecosystems, but they are also the furthest flying mammals. They can fly around 2,000 kilometers in search of food on each migration, consuming 2.5 times their body weight in fruit each night. Every year, from October to December, fruit bats undertake spectacular migrations, traveling thousands of miles in search of abundant food sources. Notably, up to 10 million bats congregate in Zambia's Kasanka National Park, making it the world's largest migration. This journey is not only an adventure, but also helps to disperse seeds and sustain the lives of many species of plants. They contribute to maintaining biodiversity and ensuring the growth of many important tree species. The flight speed of these bats can reach 20 to 25 kilometers per night, proving their impressive mobility. But the migratory journey of fruit bats is not always smooth. Not only do they cause a lot of damage to agriculture, eating fruit and destroying crops, but they are also hosts to many dangerous viruses, threatening the health of crops and livestock. The situation is even more serious when forests are cut down, making their food sources scarce. Despite their beneficial role in pollination and seed dispersal, fruit bats can also have a negative impact on agricultural economies, reducing crop yields and quality. Some studies have shown that, if left unprotected, bats can reduce fruit yields by up to 20%. This poses a challenge for farmers, especially in areas with strong agricultural development. In the Mediterranean, Rosetus aegypticus bats are considered a major agricultural pest in Israel, Lebanon, and Turkey. They feed on a variety of commercial fruits such as apples, bananas, figs, and pomegranates, causing conflicts with farmers and leading to large-scale eradication programs. In Africa and the Indian Ocean, Pteropus bats cause significant damage to mango, cashew, and almond crops. Control measures such as cave fumigation and hunting have been used, but damage remains severe. In Madagascar, the Madagascar flying fox, Pteropus rufus, feeds on avocados, lychees, mangoes, and tamarinds, and also causes conflicts with farmers. What if these bats accidentally make it to Southeast Asia? They will certainly face many challenges. The region is rich in tropical fruits such as longan, custard apple, and rambutan, which attract bats. In addition to foraging for food, bats also face the risk of being hunted for food. Southeast Asia is not an ideal place for migratory fruit bats because of hunting for their meat. In many countries, bat meat is a traditional food, with famous dishes such as bat adobo in the Philippines and paniki in Indonesia. Bats are widely hunted in 10 of the 11 countries, with the exception of Singapore. Bat hunting is not only for food, but also seen as a solution to limit the impact of fruit bats on fruit orchards. To combat the damage caused by bats to crops, many farmers have adopted protective measures such as netting, bat-repellent sounds, and switching to less vulnerable crops. Netting has been shown to be effective in protecting crops from bats and other animals. Additionally, pruning trees to keep them at lower heights also makes it easier to net and protect crops. We have been following the arduous migration of fruit bats and their impact on agriculture. While fruit bats bring many positive benefits, they also pose a threat to agriculture. Finding the right balance between bat conservation and protecting farmers' crops is crucial. Surely you have seen how farmers kill rats with guns on our channel. But there is a more explosive way to kill rats. Yes, you heard right. Explosive here is to blow up the rat burrow systems deep underground. So, how is this super stimulating way to kill rats done? Let's explore with us right away. For centuries, gophers have been a persistent problem for farmers, not only in the United States but also around the world. They are notorious for destroying crops, chewing through equipment, and spreading disease. While traditional methods such as trapping and predators have been used for centuries, they are ineffective against the large numbers of underground burrowing gophers. These burrows can stretch across large areas of land, causing extensive damage to crops and farm equipment. Modern methods of rat control, such as trapping or shooting, are not very effective against burrowing rats. they spend most of their time in burrows and only feed at night. Using guns to kill burrowing rats is almost impossible. Therefore, the challenge for farmers is to use special control methods that both kill rats and destroy burrows and prevent further burrowing. In this context, farmers in some areas have turned to a more drastic, albeit controversial method of killing rats, using controlled explosives to destroy nests and kill rats. This method is performed by experienced farmers or reputable pest control professionals. First, they need to locate the rat burrows and mark all the locations, which is necessary to ensure the safety of the farmers. And the gas mixture is absorbed into the entire rat burrow system. Then, they use specially designed machines to mix and pump propane and oxygen into the rat burrow system. After the gas mixture spreads throughout the burrow system, the farmers will activate the detonator to destroy the rat burrow system, kill the rats, and seal the burrows. This method, although it looks dangerous because it makes a very loud noise, is very effective in killing rats deep in the cave. Each time a rat burrow is blown up, it will destroy the entire burrow system that the rats have previously dug, including large burrows. Blowing up a burrow will also destroy the entire burrow, preventing other rat populations from digging burrows. The method of blasting rat burrows is more effective in preventing invading rats, because it destroys the entire population of rats hiding in the burrows, including baby rats or adult rats in the reproductive period, thereby preventing the spread of the rat population. The method of blasting rat burrows is often carried out in open grassland areas, or even on golf courses, because these areas are ideal places for cave rats to live and dig burrows. In the United States, the use of explosives to eradicate invasive species is regulated, and farmers must follow safety protocols to ensure that the process does not endanger people or property. Farmers using this method must be trained in the handling of flammable gases and explosives, as well as the management of the equipment used to introduce gas into the cave. The equipment must be regularly maintained and inspected to ensure proper operation. This method can cause an unintended explosion that is unsafe for people and animals on the farm. To kill burrowing rats, in addition to blasting their burrows, American farmers have invented effective rat traps. These traps are placed in areas with large burrowing rat populations. Farmers dig a small hole in the ground and place the rat traps. In the traps, bait such as peanuts or cheese will attract them more effectively. Each trap location is marked by farmers for easy identification. Burrow destruction is a controversial but sometimes necessary method used by farmers in the United States to manage hard-to-eliminate rodent colonies. While effective, the technique raises important questions about animal welfare, environmental impact, and safety. As the agricultural industry continues to grow, balancing the need for pest control with humane and sustainable practices will remain a challenge. Mountain lions are the biggest threat to Colorado sheep farmers, but will mountain lions succeed in their hunts when they have to face off against intelligent and resilient sheepdogs? In today's video, we will explore the spectacular confrontation between sheepdogs and mountain lions to protect their flocks of sheep. Watch the whole video to not miss any interesting details. We are witnessing a thrilling chase and sniffing between dogs and wild mountain lions. Due to their greater numbers, the dogs are not afraid to confront the notorious predator. On the contrary, the mountain lion has to stay high up, only growling in an attempt to scare the dogs away from its territory. Thanks to the advantage of the terrain and its excellent climbing ability, the mountain lion has avoided the attacks of the dogs. So, why are these dogs confronting mountain lions? The reason was that this mountain lion had attacked the farmer's sheep farm before. It caused significant damage to the farmer. Not only did they lose a few sheep, but also had to pay for the treatment of the remaining sheep in the herd. When attacked and chased by a mountain lion, the sheep often panic and stop eating, even affecting their ability to reproduce, thus causing the farm owner to suffer great economic losses. To prevent attacks by mountain lions and other wild animals, ranchers use sheepdogs to protect their flocks and ward off the notorious predators. Sheepdogs are large, strong, and have a natural instinct to protect livestock. Therefore, when wild predators approach the farm, sheepdogs are the first to detect danger and warnings for farmers. When mountain lions are spotted around the farm, dogs act as the first line of defense. They alert farmers and sheep by barking furiously, which is also a threat signal to the animals. The dogs will hunt, but if the mountain lion does not retreat, They will confront it directly. When a sheepdog encounters a mountain lion, the confrontation can be fierce. Mountain lions are very strong and capable of killing a dog, but sheepdogs are trained to work in packs, using teamwork to confront predators. Outnumbered, sheepdogs have often successfully driven off predatory wild animals. However, confrontations can be dangerous for sheepdogs, especially if they are alone with a mountain lion or if the predator is aggressive. Injuries are common, and in some cases, a sheepdog has died while protecting livestock. However, these dogs are extremely resilient, and their protective instincts mean they are willing to risk their lives to protect their livestock. If ranchers are experiencing significant livestock losses from mountain lions, more drastic measures may be needed. Hunting with guns and dogs is also effective in controlling this predator. Bloodhounds are often used to track and hunt mountain lions, with the dogs following the scent of the animal and leading the hunter to its location. Once the mountain lion has been driven into a tree or corner by the dogs, the hunter uses a high-caliber rifle to ensure a quick and humane kill. The use of dogs allows hunters to locate and track cougars in rugged and difficult-to-access mountainous terrain. Mountain lions are managed in most states in the United States to maintain sustainable populations. As a result, in many areas, hunters are required to have a hunting license or special tag to hunt mountain lions. Violations of hunting regulations can result in fines and, in severe cases, jail time for hunters and farmers. So, besides harming livestock and poultry, what other serious problems do mountain lions cause? In areas with large mountain lion populations, they frequently enter residential areas and pose a safety hazard. There have been several reports of people being attacked and seriously injured by mountain lions, raising safety concerns for communities near mountain lion habitats. Domestic pets such as dogs and cats can fall prey to mountain lions. These apex predators often sneak up at night and are so stealthy that no one can detect them. Many pet dogs and cats have been attacked. This dog was targeted and almost became a late-night meal for a mountain lion, but luckily it escaped. Mountain lions are a protected species, but they also pose a threat to farmers in the areas where they live. In addition to control, conservation measures are needed to prevent their numbers from declining. Gunshots that rang out in the quiet night killed nearly 100 coyotes, but that didn't calm the anger of the farmers. Their herd of cows had been attacked and eaten by these predators the night before, and the loss of a whole herd of cows made them angry and determined to exterminate them. Let's follow the farmers to see how they deal with hundreds of coyotes in one night. Perhaps the cows on this farm had a terrible night because of the hunting and chasing of the coyotes. Although they were large adult cows, they were still taken down painfully. Because the damage was too great, the farmers would not ignore these pests. They were determined to destroy them, to protect the remaining livestock. Coyotes have long been a serious threat to North American cattle farmers. These true predators can kill dozens of cattle overnight without farmers noticing them. Although they are smaller than other wild wolves, coyotes are no less capable hunters when operating in packs. These attacks often occur at night when cows are grazing or resting, and coyotes are active in the dark. A coyote attack can be devastating to a farmer's livestock, not only causing direct economic losses, but also stressing the herd, which can lead to other health problems. Farmers have tried many methods to control this aggressive predator, such as building sturdy electric fences or setting traps, but they have not been very effective. Stronger measures are needed, so using guns to kill coyotes is the most effective way to protect livestock. Guns are an effective and immediate way to eliminate a threat, especially for farmers in remote areas where other methods may be less effective. Farmers use rifles or shotguns are used to control coyote populations on their land. The choice of gun depends on a number of factors, including terrain, distance, and the size of the coyote. Large caliber rifles like the .223 Remington are commonly used for their accuracy and range, ensuring that the coyote is taken down before it reaches the farm. To be effective in controlling them, farmers often patrol their land at night or dawn when coyotes are most active. Coyote hunting at night is always accompanied by thermal imaging equipment, which is also a necessary tool for every hunter. Farmers use thermal binoculars to detect animal tracks in the dark. The images of coyotes or livestock on the farm will appear clearly. helping farmers to identify them from a distance. With this equipment, farmers hunting at night can cover more terrain and track the movements of animals clearly. When spotting coyotes, farmers need to combine skill, patience, and precision to ensure a hit. Some ranchers use hunting dogs to help track prey, locate, and kill the animals more easily. The shooting position is very important because it determines the ability to take down a coyote in the fastest and most humane way. Aim at the head or lungs of the coyote, which will help kill the prey easily. There is still much debate about coyote hunting, and conservationists argue that more moderate methods, such as using acoustic devices or chemical repellents, should be used to scare coyotes away without harming them. However, the reality is that it is the farmers who suffer the greatest losses, who can lose much more property and have their livelihoods disrupted. Therefore, for farmers, the use of firearms to control coyotes is considered the most effective and inevitable measure. Do you know how farmers usually deal with coyotes after hunting them? The fur is the most valuable part of the coyote, and farmers often process the skins on the spot after the hunt. The skinning process must be done carefully, so as not to damage the fur. The remaining parts are often shipped to predator farms to make the most of the cost. Today, coyotes are still a major enemy of farmers in North America and Canada. Hunting and control of these animals still takes place every day, and the effect is to reduce attacks on livestock farms. Today's video ends here. Please leave your comments below to let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe to receive the latest notifications. Goodbye and see you again.